Wait, we're having Reuben? Aw.
What?
Again.
Yes, again.
No, not again.
Yes, again, because they're awesome.
Again.
Yep, again.
No,
Yep.
Putting the band back together. Forget it. Away. We're on a mission from God.
Friday is my favorite day for numerous reasons. First of all, it's like right before rest day, Shabbat, the weekend. It's like we're getting near the finish line. You can see it, you can smell it. Second of all, it's chest day, which is just so much fun.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I don't know. I really like.
What else would be your favorite?
I really like pull-ups.
Oh, I hate those.
Oh, look at cat. Memory. There's a cat. Backyard. Hi, Catty.
Yeah, meows.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I'm ready to be petted.
You're desperate.
Red alert. We're out a half and half. I don't really know how that happened. You know, I think I do know. Hey, did you guys use half and half for your oatmeal this morning? Who did it?
Yeah.
That's how it happened. Dove, she went to go get half and half. Coffee is ready.
While Cammie is reading to the kids, I am going to start my last day for this week of trying to do my writing. The first hour for me is like dedicated to like getting into the zone. And there's two things that I do to do that. One is like more spiritual, and I guess I would say personal, where I'm trying to get connected to God, who I believe is my source for ideas. After writing up here, you'll notice there's all sorts of alcohol that I keep, mostly as decorations and for guests, because I don't really like this stuff. And even though I don't really like alcohol, I've never wanted to drink more than when I'm doing this kind of writing. I'm facing these truths and these moments, and I'm like, it like is so hard that alcohol or just like being more relaxed or having my guard down. You know, I think it was someone like Hemingway or someone said, write drunk, edit sober. And I can totally see the benefit in doing that. But there's one problem with that for me. My writing, I don't want to be about or generated from me or my power or my talent. If there's something that's good to say for me, it's gonna be God speaking through me. And my job is to get out of the way, which is its own discipline, but being numb, it does not help me for that. So I've been trying something new, which is I do some readings spiritually. This is a book that I'm going through here, which is like a little daily reading. And I've been like playing like worship songs, just really trying to connect to God instead of writing out of a place where I guess I would call like writing from the flesh or writing from my strength. I want to write from a place where it's like the Spirit's message. That's my goal, at least. And then I spend 30 minutes of reading. And part of this is just a good transition to get my brain into thinking about words. So I've been reading Les Mis. And then I switch to something like a little bit more academic. So there's like some different books I have on story, and there's some more over there. And then I go over to that desk and sit in my awesome chair and face it. And I like to flip this thing over. Cammie gave me this as a birthday gift.
While Ben is writing, we are doing Shabbat cleanup. Eden did some miracle work on this dining room.
I did miracle work too.
Yes, you did.
Not in here.
Yes, you did. Look at this. Wee-hoo, yeah. Good job. Good job, Eden. Eden, good job. Eden, 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 Eden. Good job.
Ooh, yeah. What is that?
Olive Garden leftovers.
They had this deal. Olive Garden is our official sponsor now, by the way. This is a paid advertisement. Where if you buy one meal, you get one free to take home. So these are our Olive Garden leftovers for the kids, which I would actually be pretty excited about. But I'm actually going out to lunch with my parents because it's Friday. Before I do though, I need to get this corned beef ready for tonight's Reubens.
I like the color. We are matching almost.
I feel like I should be wearing purple today. All right, where are we going to lunch?
Your choice. I did it last week.
What the heck does that mean? Mine says, wow, a secret message from your teeth.
Your teeth. If they start hurting, you got a problem.
Have a recording machine, small like a teeth, they can put in the mouth, you know.
Spies have that?
Yeah. They found a long time ago.
A few people have mentioned in the comments they've noticed that whenever I film lunch, I don't end up paying.
So would you like to voluntarily pay sometime?
Well, I am very happy to pay today
How about another?
as long as you
How
select
about another person?
as long as you select the right hand, Mother.
Why
So-
didn't you choose it today?
No.
Happier days are
Okay.
definitely for you.
So-
Struggle has ended. Struggle has ended.
That's what yours. Okay, so Mom, which one?
Oh, I don't.
That one or that one?
You are.
I
What
have no idea which one it
You should have picked.
No, you pick it. That one pays?
is. My dear. If I can't count on you, who can I count on?
I told you. You should.
My, we're on a losing streak here.
Free lunch. I wanted to pay. You guys saw it. I was rooting for him, but my mom doesn't like to choose mine. She's so nice.
There's something about this camera that's rigging the game, huh?
We are getting ready for Shabbat. Eden is making some horchata, which we've never done before. And then this is my corned beef for my Reubens. We got our potato chips. Time to grab a beverage. But before we start Shabbat, there's one more thing, which I actually almost totally forgot to do. It is the last Friday of the month, the 31st, which means it is time for...
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
What?
Need to run the half marathon, or the full marathon.
No, the marathon is a long time from now.
And until Friday.
Someone in the comments, I think it was yesterday, said that Financial Friday is a little bit cringy. Of all the stuff we put out, isn't it weird that talking about money is
Uncomfortable.
that's the thing? And it's kind of cringy to talk about. Okay, back up. The reason why we do this, we're showing you guys our life. And we don't feel like it's really super fair or accurate to just show you a part of it and kind of like hide one of the most important things, which is, I think, money. That's financial decisions are how we got here. And they're some of the most important decisions we make day in, day out.
And you can tell a lot about a person about the financial decisions they make.
Let's talk about major income and expenses for this month. No major income. If you remember some of the months in the past, we get a ton of income, and that's the nature of our owning businesses is we get like these quarterly payments sometimes, and sometimes we don't get them for a whole year. And in terms of major expenses, there's two I want to talk about. One is this MacBook here, which I still haven't taken out of the, see this shiny packaging? This is a $2,000 machine. And this machine is primarily for editing. I like increased the heck out of everything, the freaking memory, and it's a big deal because it was the first computer that we bought for the vlog since starting it. So we've been getting by with really some pieces of crap. The second major expense was travel fees that we paid, or expenses. We put $10,000. We are gonna be going to London, and I got this little book. We're gonna be there for one day. I got this for the kids to like go through and see what they want to do. We got this little walking map. Passport came in today. There's Dove. London is not the reason why we're traveling. In fact, London was like the free add-on day. The main purpose of the trip is we are going to Israel, the only country in the Middle East without oil. Since $10,000 is what I would consider a pretty huge amount for 4 of us to go, me and Cammie, Dove, and Eden, I wanted to share why we made this decision. Because we've been to Israel twice for like, we've spent 6 weeks there, so I feel like we've seen the major sites. The thing that really sparked this trip was there is a tour guide there, and his name is Aryeh. We spent a week with this man, and I think he's 70. He has grandchildren. He served in the Israeli military, and this week that I spent with this man was life-changing. And he changed my life, just being around him. He helped me get closer to God. When I heard of the opportunity for this trip, I told Cammie, I feel like I need to go.
Or you can't afford not to.
Being around someone who stands a chance, who has a history of connecting me closer to God, is the best use of money that I know about. It kind of sucks that it's on the other side of the planet, but the reason why we're like, yeah, $10,000, no problem, is we have the money, and I can't think of a better way to spend it. This is a way that we've consistently spent money and time and have seen a lot of fruit from it. And I would encourage anyone out there, the best way you could ever spend your money and time right now is on whatever you think has a shot at drawing you closer to God. Sometimes we have to think outside of the box to do this. You know, there might be a person in your life right now and they're not approaching you. So if you say, hey, if I buy you coffee, will you hang out with me an hour a week? I would say that's worth it.
Yeah, that's like a weird, uncomfortable thing to do in our culture.
Or flying across the country. I mean, maybe they're in a different state. And instead of doing a vacation to Florida or Disneyland, I just think that's worth it. And that's not the way a lot of people spend their money. Finally, I wanted to answer this question. On the topic of children, I'd love to see you both address the cultural financial pressure put on modern day parents to provide for their children beyond the basics. You know, there's two ways I'll try and answer this question. One is like philosophically. Kids need their parents, period. I think a lot of people believe that their kids need a college degree to be a good parent. They need to join Little League. They need a variety of food. They need a Nintendo. They need a house with their own bedroom. I believe that our family could be happy in America living in a cardboard box. We don't talk about this a whole lot. Our family lived fairly recently, actually. In the last 10 years, we spent a year eating out of a dumpster. It's better to have children and be together, even if you don't have anything to give them, than to not have kids because you think you owe them some ideal life. Oftentimes when we put more of a heavy weight on the college degree and the comfort and the items that I think are sometimes nice, it actually takes away from what it is, the relational aspect. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not just, you don't just add it. You don't just say, oh, it's nice to give yourself.
It becomes a barrier to the actual relationship.
Yes.
Video games as an example. You get the video game that the kid wants, and now he spends all the time playing the video games instead of with you.
On the practical level, we can just speak to, we just had a child, you know, we had Rainier a year and 14 months old. I had this idea in my head that we would like save all our receipts. We can't even get a birth certificate, so that's not going to happen. But in terms of like what Rainier costs in terms of essentials.
That first year you need diapers.
I would guess, I actually have no idea, but we've spent $300 on diapers, maybe $500 on diapers, something like that.
Yeah.
We went with a midwife, which we paid out of pocket at first, and we've done that with a number of kids because we haven't had insurance. Uh-huh. And that was, I think, $3,000, somewhere around there.
Or a little over $4,000.
$4,000, okay. But
we bought a stroller.
We did buy a stroller. How much was that?
I don't remember, but it was like
$30.
Probably, yeah, 40 or 50. A lot of stuff was given to us. A car seat was given to us.
I feel like this is a fairly boring conversation because kids don't need anything. That's not true. They need food. But short of that, so many things that people buy, they don't need. Bottom line, if you are waiting till a time when you are financially stable, prepared, have it all, there's a really good chance that time will never come. It does cost in other ways. It's the hardest thing we ever did in our entire freaking life.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think that a lot of people use the financial thing as the cop-out for that. I think intuitively we know, like, we're scared to death. We're like, oh, I don't want to have a kid. That's going to be scary. I'm going to have to give up a lot of myself.
People have had kids in crazy times. Crazy times in history and crazy country financial situations. And either you have to say they were irresponsible and reckless and shouldn't, or it's time to like buck up a little bit and stop using that as an excuse. I really don't think it's our responsibility to look out for kids in that way, to guarantee that world history, national war, and debt is going to be at a place where we're able to give whatever list on our kids culture puts on them. Mm-hmm. We don't have that capability. The Bible never indicates anything like that. A man is to work. I think that's too big of a responsibility for humans. I feel like that's God's responsibility. He gives us children, and he makes these crazy promises in the Bible that he'll look out for us, he'll supply us with food, he'll be faithful to us, all those types of things. Mm-hmm. So for Christians, it's really weird when I hear the exact same arguments coming out of Christians' mouth that I hear from people who are not religious at all, because it seems like it should be different. We need to finish this. Okay. We got to get started on dinner.
Tomorrow is donut day. We rest every single week because we believe that we need it. And so on Friday night and on Saturday, we rest. We just do whatever we think will help us to do that in our own hearts, especially because that's the hardest thing. And the only way we can really rest in our own heart is because we're resting on someone else's good work, not our own.
So we hope you guys are able to find rest. Thanks for another week of learning, diving into topics that are uncomfortable and cringy.
Shabbat shalom.